Get the extra edge this FPL season with Fantasy Football Fix. The Elite XI provides insight into the minds of the greatest FPL managers to play the game, with real-time team reveal updates boasting 74 top 10k and 55 top 5k finishes. You can also follow transfer and captaincy plans as well as chip status through notifications in manager activity. Furthermore, you can track the Consensus XI, which is an aggregated team of all the Elite XI managers, combining the knowledge and expertise into one easy team to follow. Hello FPL managers, today we've got the buy hold sell for game week 16. In today's video we'll look over 2 buy options, 2 hold options and 2 sell options to assist you guys with your transfer planning for the upcoming game week. So just before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also click that notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Taking a look at the buy options, Bernardo Silva is the first player on the buy list, as with 84 FPL points this season, he is now the 3rd highest scoring player in the game. The £7.5 million City midfielder has been in immense form this season, getting himself 7 goals and 2 assists, producing some great underlying numbers as well. His 4.02 XG is the 2nd highest amongst all City teammates, only behind Ilkay Gundogan, and with an ownership of around 22%, he could be a good, decently moderately differential option. He is also getting plenty of consistent minutes for Manchester City, as he has started every game since game week 1 and has a very high points per game of 6. So with Wolves, Leeds, Newcastle and Leicester as his next 4 opponents, I do think it's a good time to jump on him before his price rises. In a similar boat is Emmanuel Dennis, who is looking to be a great value pick for his £5.6 million price tag, as he's already progressed to be the 2nd highest scoring forward in FPL. With 75 points under the belt this season, this is only 2 points behind forwards leader in Jamie Vardy. So if you can get a £5.6 million forward that is producing 5.54 points per game, he is definitely a bargain buy. So with Brentford, Burnley, Palace and Wolves as his next 4 opponents, I'm sure he will be looking to build on his 6 goals and 6 assists. Furthermore, with a decent XG of 3.01 as well, there isn't really any reason why you shouldn't be jumping on him, especially with this good fixture run. Looking towards the hold options now, Mikel Antonio has moved from the sell list to the hold list this game week, as West Ham do have some very good upcoming fixtures, and Antonio was able to produce 5 points in game week 15. I do think if you are currently a Mikel Antonio owner, now is not the right time to sell him, as he is actually one of the highest transferred out players this week. With Burnley, Arsenal, Norwich, Southampton and Watford as his next 5 fixtures, plus a couple of good fixtures to come after that as well, I do think if you are currently the owner of the number 1 ICT innings ranked forward, it is not the right time to move him on. Averaging 5 points per game, he has recorded 6 goals and 5 assists across the span of this year, and with a 5.98 XG, this is obviously extremely high as well. Emil Smith-Rowe is on the hold list as well, as he is also one of the highest transferred out players, as he didn't take to the pitch in game week 15 with an injury. But hopefully he should be good to return for the weekend's game against Southampton, as he does have that 4 weeks break in between game weeks. He has actually moved up to one of the highest owned midfielders in the game with a 30% ownership, and does average a fairly high 4.9 points per game. This comes about as he has produced 5 goals and 2 assists so far, with a decent 2.35 XG, but the main appeal for Smith-Rowe is his good upcoming fixtures, where he faces Southampton, West Ham, Leeds and Norwich as his next 4 opponents. So if you are looking for a decent mid-price midfielder with the likes of Gallagher and Rafinha being transferred out by a lot of managers, I do think Smith-Rowe could be a decent replacement. Speaking of Gallagher and Rafinha, they both feature on this week's sell list, as Gallagher is playing in a more shallow role in a CM/CDM type role, and Rafinha has some very tricky fixtures coming up. First, looking at Gallagher, the £6.1 million midfielder did make a very strong start to the season, getting himself 4 goals and 5 assists, but has failed to produce in the last couple of weeks. This is mainly due to him switching to a more shallow role, where he hasn't been able to get as many shots off and thus decrease the attacking returns. Obviously, he has proved to be good value at the start of the season with a 5.14 points per game and a very high XG of 4.16. He of course does have good fixtures to come with Everton, Southampton, Watford and Spurs, but I do think now that he's playing more of a CDM type role, he is never a very good FPL asset in that position. Different to Rafinha though, he has been in incredible goal scoring and assisting form, as he has been getting himself plenty of returns over the last couple of weeks. But the main thing that's off-putting with Rafinha is that he faces Chelsea, City, Arsenal and Liverpool as his next 4 matches, which is of course very difficult for any player regardless of the form. He too is a similar one to Gallagher that has made a great start to the season. With a £6.7 million price, he's averaging a very high 5.07 points per game with 6 goals and 1 assist under the belt. But once again, with these difficult fixtures coming up, I do think it's a good time to move him on, as I also would expect his price to fall over the coming weeks. So that's all I've got for today for the buy or sell of FPL Game Week 16. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also leave a comment what your guys' transfer plans are for the upcoming game week. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.